giving a little, because I imagine if you're giving a salmon a hand job, it's like, you know? Oh, classic. I knew it would be you. I knew you would be the person that turned up for the Salmon Sperm episode. And I'm glad that you did, because this is a little bit extra. My name is Sharon, and this is your escape from all of the shit that is happening in the world right now. You get to come here and talk about pop culture and dirty books and things that are in the zeitgeist. And right now, big in the skincare zeitgeist, salmon sperm. Salmon sperm. How are they doing it? Does it work? What is it? Is somebody's job to whack off a salmon? So many questions, and I have spent my Sunday afternoon this weekend researching salmon sperm, especially for you, because my group chat is absolutely popping off about it right now. So one of my best mates, and she recently went to Korea, and while she was there, she got a bunch of salmon sperm stuff, and she has been asked non-stop since using salmon sperm whether or not she's had Botox, what she's been doing differently, why her skin's looking so great, and she stands by the fact that it is the salmon sperm. I had another friend that went to Korea and they got the actual salmon sperm injections. Her face looked amazing. And this is it's not a filler or anything like that. It's like something that your skin has to process. And she looked amazing. And this is a new thing that is leading the skincare kind of game at the moment. And I want to tell you all about it so you can make an informed decision, because man, did I have some questions. So many questions. But before we get into the salmon sperm, we need to be talking about how you could be going to Bali. Now, this is all thanks to our mates at Moodi, and they could be sending you on a luxury getaway for two to go and just relax with a friend or a loved one. You'll get to de-stress and relax at the Revivo Resort in Bali. This trip is worth $15,000. And when you look it up online, you are absolutely going to want to win this trip. You also get a year supply of Moodi with it as well, which is chef's kiss. So how do you enter? Every single dollar that you spend on Moodi's website, you will get an entry into going to Bali. Also, if you're in New Zealand, you can go and pick up the pre and probiotic sodas from your local supermarket, and that is 10 entries, but you need to get a validated receipt and send it to Moodi. So go to moodiblends.com right now, and the entries close at midnight New Zealand time on October the 6th, and you can also get all the full terms and conditions on Moodi's website as well. Good luck! I hope that you win. Salmon sperm. Celebrities are going nuts for it.
A salmon sperm facial.
I did.
That is true.
Salmon sperm facial with salmon sperm injected in.
I tried that salmon sperm. I tried it. Tastes strange, but my skin looks good.
It's wild. Jennifer Aniston's using it. She looks like she hasn't aged in 20 years. Kim Kardashian, Charlie XCX, Miley Cyrus, you've all just heard them talking about it. And I want to know more. And I want to know what exactly is salmon sperm and what are the actual benefits for it. So, doing my research, I found out that places when you go to buy salmon sperm products, they will call it salmon DNA because it sounds much nicer than going, hey, do you have the salmon jizz stuff that I can whack on my face? Because that's what I did. My friend Dieter and I went to the Korean skincare store, and I was like, to be honest, we're looking for the salmon jizz serum. And she was like, oh, we call it salmon DNA. And I was like, okay, the salmon DNA, where do we find it? And it's also called PDRN, which, to be honest, also sounds better than salmon sperm. Now, what the benefits are with PDRNs or your salmon sperm, salmon DNA, deep skin healing and calming. It's good for redness and pigmentation, hydration, fine lines. People do refer to it as Botox in a bottle. To be honest, I feel like so many skincare brands say that now because it's Botox in a bottle, and that it kind of sucks people in. And it's a great product that if you do microneedling at home, it's a really, really good product to use with your microneedling. Can I also just say microneedling is incredible. incredible. So I do microneedling. I use the Bowie one, which is a New Zealand brand, and it's red, it's aesthetically pleasing, and it's fantastic. And I use it twice a week. So I've made it part of my routine that I do it on a Monday and on a Thursday night. So it's after I've filmed the podcast, and I'm going to have a makeup-free day the next day. And I do like a really good roll twice a week, and then now I'm going to be putting my sperm on my face afterwards, and it's a fantastic combo. And you've probably seen the ads for Bowie, and this isn't a paid advertisement or anything like that, but I will say it's fantastic. And if you've seen the ads, you should definitely get amongst it. But these are the benefits of salmon sperm. So how do they get it? Every single person that I've spoken to about salmon sperm, we all have the same question. Is it somebody's job that's walking through all the salmon and they're lined up and they're just like giving a little, because I imagine if you're giving a salmon a hand job, it's like, you know, like is someone going through, is there like a mechanical thing that's going in and being like whacking off a salmon? This is a very important question, because how much sperm can one salmon give out? And even though it's a hell of a visual of imagining a factory where people are just wanking salmon all day, not the case, okay? That is not how they get the salmon sperm. Nobody is wanking a salmon to get the salmon sperm that is on your face. It is a byproduct from salmon fishing. So how they do it is, first, to collect the salmon sperm, they you know how you see people gutting a fish? So they have a salmon and they do a dissection of the abdomen of the salmon, and they collect all of the immature sperms from the testes of the salmon. I've just heard what I'm saying out loud, and I've just explained to you about how no one's job is to wank a salmon, and now I'm telling you how to surgically get salmon sperm out of a salmon's nuts. Here we are. Wowzers, my job is so weird. So after they've got the sperm out of the salmon's nuts, what they do next is they purify it. So they get the raw sperm, they process it in the labs, they isolate the DNA, and then they get it highly purified to get rid of all the proteins, the toxins, and any other materials that could cause irritation to your skin. And that is how they get salmon sperm. Okay? And don't for 1 second try to pretend to me that it didn't go through your mind that someone could potentially have been wanking a salmon, okay? I know that you did, and don't act like you're above me and that you didn't think that. I know it. I know that you did. So does it actually work? According to my friends that have been using PDRNs or salmon sperm or salmon DNA for a while now, they reckon that it absolutely works. They love it. A lot of them, as I was saying, they use it with the rolling as well, and that has been like a hugely beneficial way of getting it really deep into their skin. But there is one thing to note about it. In New Zealand, nobody is doing the salmon sperm facial yet, where you get all of the little injections into your face. There is no injectable that I can find of getting the PDRN injected into your face. So at the moment in New Zealand, all that you can get is the topical way. So doing it with a serum or a face wash or a moisturizer, anything like that. And you can get it mostly, like I haven't seen it in like a Mecca or anything like that, but you can get them from Korean skin care stores. And the one that like I've seen that has the biggest range is the one that's in Newmarket in Auckland, and they've got an online store as well, and it's spelled HIKOCO. And if you go on there, you'll be able to find all the PDRN products on there. But I needed to get expert opinions on this. And so where do you get expert opinions on things these days? Duh! TikTok. So I went through there to find out whether or not people thought it was bullshit or not. The common consensus is that salmon sperm does work. It works best if you have it injected. The serums can be a little bit hit and miss, and a lot of people have said, you know, if you are going to do it, then you want to do it like after a peel, or you want to do it after you've done micro-rolling. And also they said that the great thing about the serums is that most of the time they're super cost effective. So the most popular PDRN salmon sperm serum and products that I could find is by a brand called Medicube, and They range from $27 to $45. The serum that I bought was $42, I think. There is one that you'll see quite a lot on TikTok, which has like these little capsules in it, and you put the capsules on your face and you kind of rub them in and they explode. Which made me laugh so hard because I was like, oh my God, of course someone's going to make a product where the salmon sperm explodes on your face. Like, it's like the people are having a laugh with us, but you can get those on there as well. There's also like, I got the face wash as well, the Medicube salmon sperm face wash, and it's like a whipped cleanser, and it's the weirdest consistency. Like when you rub it on your face, it's almost like what I can imagine that feels like rubbing sperm all over your face. It's so bizarre. But Medicube is the most common and cost-effective PDRN product that people are talking about right now. Another one that's been recommended and reviewed pretty favorably is one called Heavy Blue, Heve Blue, and ABIB, A-B-I-B. In New Zealand, they're both available on their Hikoko Korean skincare shop, but you can probably find them around the place as well. The best way to use it. I needed to know this because a lot of the time we get these products and then we're like, why am I getting increased redness? Why does my skin feel like it's burning? How do I use this properly? And a lot of the time people don't look into that sort of stuff. So how do you use salmon sperm on your face, when you should use it? Like, what is the best time?
The ads that are saying you can get the same effects as if you were to go to a clinic in Korea are very misleading because that is very not true. I do think this would be a good product to use post-treatment. So if you were to get a microneedling treatment, you could use this afterwards to kind of speed up or aid the healing process. But again, you're not going to get the full effects or the full benefits unless you do the injections.
See, I told you I did my research. And what should you look for when you are purchasing? Because a lot of people will claim that they've got salmon sperm or a PDRN, but how do you know you're getting one that's actually a high enough kind of formulation that it will benefit your skin?
Watch out for products with concentrations less than 1000 ppm, as you're probably not going to get any noticeable difference. Minimum level of PDRN is needed for this ingredient to be functional and effective. Salmon-derived PDRN is the most effective as it's the most compatible to human DNA, which means better and more effective cell regeneration, whereas plant-based PDRN uses extracts to mimic PDRN's regenerative effect, but don't deliver the same level of DNA repair, making it less effective.
So there you go. That is my deep dive on salmon sperm, PDRN, skin products. I'd love to know if you use these and whether or not you found them effective or not. A lot of people do seem to think that the serums is like a combination of the other ingredients in there as well that make them so great, but I don't know. Looking at my friends' faces, I'm willing to chuck some sperm on my face and see what happens. The other thing is that, so this year I've been trying to get my husband, he's 46, I've been trying to get him into skincare. I can get him to wear retinol, but I cannot get him to wear SPF on a cloudy day, and fuck, it does my head in. But he I don't know if he'll like me saying this or not, but he's salmon sperming, and can I tell you, he's looking youthful as fuck. He is looking youthful. So if you're from New Zealand and you listen to the Rock radio station, yes, Bryce Casey does use salmon sperm on his face. I don't know if he's going to care or not that I said that, but I find it it's just a funny sentence to say that this guy, this big rock music radio station's salmon sperming it up with his face wash and his moisturizer and his serums every day. That guy is going to look like a hot fish. And of course, if you have got a partner who can ejaculate, then get ready for them to do I've got some sperm you could try as a serum. It's much cheaper. Every single time. That will be their gag, and you need to be prepared for the eye roll, people. Okay? And if they'd say that to you, you can say, well, the only way to get it out is for me to slice through your abdomen. Actually, don't say that. It's way too murdery. But that is your debrief on salmon sperm. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll put some links in the show notes as well if you want to check them out. And I will catch you back on Tuesday for your pop culture wrap. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll sit in this little podcast studio and cry. Cry all day and be sad that no one likes me. Someone likes me though. It's Moodi. Moodi are fabulous. They are the sponsor of our podcast, and I am obsessed with their probiotic powder. If you are like wanting to get into your gut health, this is the best best probiotic that you can use. There's so many different flavors, so you can find one that's really, really nice. Also, I have struggled to get my kids into probiotics because a lot of the time they taste gross. If you add it to their milk, it goes lumpy, that sort of stuff. I have been giving a half a scoop to my kid, to my older son, in water, and then I froth it up with my Moodi like whisk thing, and he has actually been having probiotics every day. And I don't know what it is, but even after such a small amount of time, like I've noticed a difference in his eczema on his hands and things like that. He's sleeping so much better as well. And that's what I find like when I use the probiotic too, is that my bloating, so overshare, but currently like halfway through my period. And usually when I do get that, like I have to wear activewear or something without a waistband because my bloating honestly is the same size as what I was like when I was 4 months pregnant. And I have not had that since using Moodi. My bloating has just like kind of disappeared. So if you're looking to get into your gut health, go to moodiblends.com and check out their products. You will not regret it. Thank you so much for listening. Catch you on Tuesday. Bye.